Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of White Dwarf magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys, and it goes a massive way to help the channel too. Now, this month we're on issue 477 of White Dwarf magazine, and we have a few freebies with it. So first off, we get a sticker sheet for good old Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, which is available currently on PC. You also get a code for a weapon skin for in-game as well with it, and I've covered mine up because I haven't redeemed it yet. So yeah, but really cool stuff, and it's nice to see things like that included in there. We also get a bunch of cards and data sheets and stuff like that. So we get War Scroll cards for things like the Charnel Throne and Khorne Berserkers for good old as a data sheet, and data card for good old 40k. On the other side, a bit more on them as well, so pretty cool if you need them to utilise them in your games. We also get some more cards as well for 40k for the World Eaters, to be precise, which is their kind of stratagems and stuff like that that you can utilise. And then we also get some War Scroll cards that you can use in Warcry for some of the Underworld's teams that have been kind of now transported over. You also get a card where you can make a paint recipe on there, so you can list that on there, both double-sided as well. Very handy to have. But if you are going to use any of the Underworld's kind of characters, you can utilise them, including Xandria's Truth Seekers, the Cunning Crew, the new Forces of Death, the Exiled Dead, and Black Powder's Buccaneers as well. So really handy, but pretty damn cool. Into the issue itself, we're going to go straight to the contact section. So the contact section being one of my favourite parts of the magazine, where people send in their photos of their minis, and I do like looking at people's pictures. We have some really cool stuff. So first off, we have a cool Tomekeeper's Deathwatch Veteran. Looks really nice. I like the crisp edges as well that have been done for it. It stands out. It's really nice. We have a really nice looking Necromancer. I've personally painted up one of these recently, and I think it's a really nice model. So it just works very well. It's perfect for your Forces of Death, whether you're going for any of the main forces, including the Nighthaunt, or even if you're going for the Soulblight Gravelords. Really cool unit to have. We have an awesome Griff Overworld mini as well, which reminds me I need to paint up all my Blood Bowl teams, because I've got a few and that have not even been started, in all honesty. But really nice. It looks pretty damn cool, and yeah, really good stuff. We also have World Eaters Khan the Betrayer, a really nice mini as well. Looks a bit bright. I think it's just from the way the photo's been taken, but yeah, really good stuff. On the other page, we have some pretty damn cool Crypt Ghast Courtiers, just listed, kind of dotted along the bottom there, and we have an awesome Lord of Plagues, probably my favourite mini in the whole of these 4 pages. But yeah, really good stuff. I like the way that it's on a plinth. It has that layer of epoxy resin as a kind of water, and it just stands out. It looks really nice, I must admit. Really good stuff. I like it. Really do. Moving a bit forward, we get the Realm of Fire as our realmscape for this issue. Of course, the Realm of Fire actually being one of the kind of main places where the Forces of Chaos are still running rampant, especially Khorne. Around there, obviously we have the Dwarf races of the Fire Slayers being kind of very predominant in there as well, and we have some really cool unique locations, including Anvilgard, Hallowheart, and Hammerhall Akshi. Of course, Hammerhall Akshi being twinned with Hammerhall Gyron due to the realm gate that is at their centre. Really cool stuff. But yeah, really nice to see the map for Akshi again, and we get some really nice photos. So we have some really cool good old infighting going on between the good old Courtiers and the Flesh Eater Courts, going up against some Stormcast Eternals, protecting that Nexus Siphon just up there, and the kind of what looks like the building of a new outpost on Stormkeep, but looks really cool. We also get the main locations that it wants to detail as well for good old Akshi, so including Hammerhall Akshi, the Fire Spawn Pits, which of course is where the home of numerous magma droffs, and a lot of other areas as well. Really good stuff though. It looks really cool. It's nice to see all of that type of stuff. And then we move on, we get the Tome Celestial for the Flesh Eater Courts. So the Tome Celestial kind of just adds a little bit extra to the original Battle Tome for the Flesh Eater Courts. So it has some of their more recent updates listed in the pages for it. So if you are a player who likes to play for kind of Forces of Death and you want to go for Flesh Eater Courts, this will help you out massively. But there are some awesome pieces of artwork, including this here, which looks fantastic, which are included on pages which look really, really good. And it makes them stand out a lot better, including some good old Forces of Chaos going up against the Flesh Eater Courts and ghouls, which makes it look really, really quite fun. And you also get the War Scroll update for the Charnel Throne. You get some updates for rules and kind of Path to Glory and different strategies and everything that you can utilise for the Flesh Eater Courts as well. So if you do play as Flesh Eater Courts, this can be very, very handy because it gives you a few of the updates that you're going to need for the current edition of Age of Sigmar. So really, really good stuff. Staying in the Mortal Realms, we get our tale of 4 Warlords, obviously continuing with the armies that we've been seeing in the pages of White Dwarf over the last few months. We have the Cities of Sigmar and the Lumineth Realm Lords teaming up against the Slaves of Darkness and the Head Knights of Slaanesh, and the mission is to kind of their final battle is the Lumineth and the Cities of Sigmar defending against the good old Forces of Chaos here, and really, really good stuff. So they have their battle kind of laid out. So they have invaders approaching from 2 sides and the protectors having to protect a central point against them as well, which looks really, really cool. And of course they get to deploy in those areas, in them territories, which makes them look really good. And of course you've got all your different kind of strategies and your Whispers of Gods and hidden agendas and much, much more that you can utilise. And the army lists themselves that have been utilised within these pages, which make them look really, really good. So it is nearly 2,000 points per army. So altogether, 4,000 points combined, which look really, really good and makes it look fantastic. And of course, the photo of both armies combined as well, which will make them look really cool. So of course, there was the Lord Celestant Prime mixed with Mymorn Banshees and some kind of kit bashing going on as well, which makes it look really, really good. There are some awesome elves down on here as well, and much, much more. And then we have some really cool Lumineth Realm Lords, which look really, really nicely painted. That blue hue just stands out. It's brilliant. Going up against the Head Knights of Slaanesh, which also look really, really nice. They look that little bit kind of grimy and not too bright pink like a lot of people paint theirs. And we have our Slaves to Darkness, including that Be'lakor mini, painted up in a bit of a purple hue, which is a bit unusual, but really looks really, really nice. It's fantastic. But yeah, some really, really good stuff there as well. So yeah, really, really cool. The whole battle plays out quite nicely, and yeah, it's very, very well set up, and I must admit I really, really enjoyed reading through these pages, and I presume most people who like battle reports will as well. Into the 41st millennium we go. We have the Index Hereticus, which is an update for the World Eaters if you wanted to use them. They are the Chosen of Khorne, and they have some pretty cool new stratagems and new kind of updates and rules for them over a few pages, as well as some kind of backstory of different areas and different kind of named characters and their deeds from before, going up against things like even Tyranids and much, much more, and their new indexes and their traits that you can utilise if you are into your good old World Eaters. This could be very, very, very... So they have some really cool looking painted World Eaters as well. So for the Galactic War Hosts, there are some really, really nicely painted minis over these pages, painted up all by different people. So some of them look slightly different, but they're all for World Eaters. They look nice, they look really cool and very, very different. So we have some really cool, nice bits and pieces, including some good old Plague Marines that have been changed to being basically followers of Khorne instead, which makes them look fantastic. We also have some pretty cool big guys as well, some Skull Reapers, which look really, really cool. And the fact that it's all utilising the same kind of colour scheme, that red and brass kind of colours, kind of like burnt gold. Makes them look really cool, including having a good old Leviathan Dreadnought, Skull Taker. We have a bit of a demon mixed into it as well. We have some nice Dark Apostles. We have some Terminators, and much more. Really nice to see. And there is also a painting guide for them as well, just on this page. So if you do want to paint these up, this is kind of your easy step-by-step guide, essentially, to making them look really damn cool and going to getting it nicely done. Follow that if you are going to paint them up, but yeah, it gives you some kind of idea of how to paint these guys up and make them stand out, which is really nice as well. At the back of the magazine, of course, we get to see what the guys from the White Dwarf studio have been doing and what they've been up to, and their hobby bingo as well, which is always really cool. So there is a really nice few extra bits and pieces. These are from the previous Tale of Four Warlords as well, including a pretty cool good old Sylvaneth, nice kind of Space Marine as well, which looks really cool. So these are nicely converted Iron Warriors as well, which look really good. We have also a load of extra bits and pieces. So we have good old some House Orlok, good old utilised Necromunda kits being utilised, and I lost where I was going with that. Some awesome 40k orcs, which make them look really cool and stand out quite nicely. And then we also get a very nice one of the new dragons from the Age of Sigmar, which is one of the nicest minis I've seen, and I must admit it's one of the kits I do really want to get my hands on at some point. But really good stuff. I must admit, I need to find my hobby bingo card and work out exactly what I've done and see how far along I am with it. But I might be a little way off. But either way, really good stuff. It's enjoyable. It's been a nice issue to read through. The next issue is literally a month away on the 15th of July, and I will go through that as well. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye-bye now.